Hey everyone, I'm Alexandra Turshen and I play Rachel Becker in the new Hallmark movie Made for Each Other. And today I am joined by my two Dreamboat co-stars, Aaron O'Connell,
Oh,
who plays Clay, and Matt Cohen, who plays David.
Hi, everybody. What's up, everybody? Alex, Aaron, it's so lovely to see you.
It's so great to
Beautiful.
see you guys.
Alex, Matt, good to see you too.
Yes. Let's
We
get into this thing.
we are so excited for you all to see our new movie premiering Saturday, February 25th at 8/7 Central as part of Hallmark's Loveuary. So the Hallmark Channel sent us a few questions that we'll be answering. So guys, let's jump right in.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. First question. Made for Each Other. My character is Rachel. She's a sculptor in search of her perfect relationship. Enter David and Clay. Can we share more about how our characters first meet?
Yeah. Who you want to go first, Alex, on this one? Because you kind of
Well, I mean, I made Clay. So
Yeah, I mean, I met Rachel
you
in
say I've
her
known him from the very beginning.
beautiful art studio, and I think that's pretty fitting because you made me. I think
Yeah.
meeting you first in the art studio.
Made for each other. Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh, and then David, Matt, I meet your character right at the beginning of the movie. I would say it's a setup, not so subtle setup ish. Being my sister and her fiance, and you being the sister's fiance's friend.
Yeah, 100%. And I think it's like one of those hopeful moments of friends where we kind of, it's always that awkward meeting at somebody else's event or somebody else's situation. But I think there's these moments kind of early on where I help you a little bit with your speech, and I think there's some connection there. And that's kind of the first time we
Oh yeah.
we,
My
like meet.
sister's wedding. Yeah,
Yeah.
the maid of honor speech. Yeah, that's when we really connect for sure.
Yeah, for sure. I would say that would be the first time I see you.
Oh,
All right. Question number 2. David, my character, is trying to make it as a stand-up comedian. He finds himself smitten with Rachel. Of course he does. How does he use his charm and comedy to impress her? Well, I don't know if David is succeeding, but he's certainly trying. Like I'm constantly testing out new material kind of on Rachel. And I think one of the endearing parts about the character is that she allows this to happen. And you're not really annoyed by me, but I am kind of constantly with the jokes and the trying to make it work. And the other thing is that David has the ability to always push on Rachel a little bit. And while that could be irritating, it could also be motivating and inspiring and somewhat maybe attractive. I don't know. What do you guys think?
yeah. No, I think it's your confidence. I think you know what you want. You're going after it in your professional life, and I think that's a real key quality that Rachel is drawn to. And I mean, every gal loves a sense of humor, right? So he's a comedian. It's
Yeah.
built into it's built in there.
And Matt's like, hey, what's not to love? I mean,
Yeah,
he's,
no,
he's a great looking guy with a lot of skills and
great
passion.
smile. Look
Yeah.
at that hair. No, of course. And I think Rachel's really attracted to that they have a similar background, that they come from a similar culture and foundation, and that's something that feels very familiar and just like home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I agree.
Do you guys want to go to question 3?
Oh boy, do I.
When Clay comes to life, he experiences his own set of challenges as he learns to live in the real world of New York City. Do we have a favorite scene we can't wait for viewers to see? My favorite scene was coming to life. I mean, so I think it was my favorite scene to shoot because one, there was a life-size statue built, and I got to see that, and then I got to basically come to life in
That
this
you
scene
modeled for. Like
that I modeled for.
is not
Yeah, I mean, 200 cameras. They did this whole photography thing,
Yeah.
sent it to Vancouver, designed it, built it, and then flew it out to Winnipeg. But I actually drove it out. But I love that scene because it was also my first scene where I actually get to meet your character, Alex, and how I'm kind of chasing you around the studio, and you're freaking out, and I'm like, why are you freaking out? You just sculpted me. I mean, this is what you wanted, right? But I think that was not only a fun scene to shoot, but I'm hoping that it really comes off how much fun we had to shoot it in the actual. Yeah. So that was my favorite. What about you guys?
Alex?
I loved shooting our final scene. It was really challenging as an actor, and I had to stay hyper focused and know all the ins and outs of all of the relationships that were in the room at the same time. Like, every character from the movie comes in and is in that final scene. And so I had my parents, my sister, my magical neighbor friend, played by the brilliant Ileana Douglas. And then I had my two leading men, and I was navigating our journeys and just kind of keeping track of everybody saying everything to me and how I felt about them, how I felt about what they were saying. I mean, I think Rachel feels every emotion, truly every emotion in the scene. And by the end, she figures out what she wants. And I think it's really beautiful how it all wraps up together with everyone there to support her journey. And shooting that scene felt like the best kind of emotional roller coaster. And I feel like the audience will feel that too and maybe relate to it. Yeah.
I have to second that. And I was when I heard that question, I kind of wanted to bring up one part in that scene, but I don't want to spoil it for anybody. It was kind of a gag with some flowers that kind of happened in the moment.
I will never.
This is a very legitimate time to point out everything Alex just said was, it was awe-inspiring to watch everybody come together in this final scene. And like she said, to watch our star of our movie navigate all the relationships she holds and then come in and out of every emotional attachment she has with all these people. It really, I'm not trying to just, blow your ego up, Alex. Obviously, I think you guys are both fantastic, but just with Aaron next to me and these two guys kind of not knowing where they are, what they want in their life, and this girl having to manage all the emotions of this room, it was just this epically beautiful. And in addition to that scene, all the scenes that we eat in, I'm excited.
I know.
There's so much food in this movie.
So much food.
If you like food, made for each other.
Yeah,
that's true. That's true. I don't think I had to eat for like 2 weeks when we wrapped. I mean, I was
especially you. Yeah.
Oh man. I mean, my mouth got so dry eating all that arugula. I couldn't even deliver my lines. It was fun. I mean, it adds to the character. I mean, I feel like that's who this guy is too. So, but no, going back to, that final scene, Alex, I mean, just to see you navigate, echoing what Matt said, all these relationships in one scene and all these emotions, it was incredible. I think it was really just such an incredible and in this film. But
really sweet.
Anyway,
look, it takes 3 to tango. So
yeah, there you go.
All right, next question. The more time Rachel spends with Clay and David, she realizes that perfection may not be the key to a perfect relationship. What are the qualities we love in each of our characters? Well, I love that Rachel is passionate about her art, her craft, as am I. That's something I really related to. And all the love and insecurity that come along with that. And I love that she loves her family. Also, I can relate to that. And that she loves food. I can also. What about you guys?
For me, I feel like that childlike wonder quality, because here I am experiencing life, everything for the first time. And obviously Clay has this huge passion for food, and your character takes me all around and we try all sorts of stuff. I mean, it was a lot of stuff, but it was so much fun to see the world through Clay's eyes, where all these mundane things that we do in life every single day. It was so much fun because it was nice to be able to experience those through this character. Obviously, like I said, for the first time, with all the food and the flavors. And I feel like, the set deck did such a great job providing such great food to actually eat in these scenes.
The props department. Shout out to the props department. Shout out to all the crew in Winnipeg. You guys, the best.
Killed it. I mean, it was incredible. Yeah. I would get done eating one thing and another one would come out, and I'm like, oh God, I don't know how much more I can eat of it, but here we go. But it still looked incredible. So that's how I was able to put it down.
Like the food was good. Like
it was really good, and we had a lot of scenes with a lot of people, where everybody was eating, and they just continually had to do it. But I think that childlike wonder quality was something that I really enjoyed playing, and I hadn't done it before, so it was fun. Matt, what about you?
So good at it.
It's worth saying that Clay, your character, Aaron Clay, has something so beautiful, like such a beautiful innocence to watch, and the way you played it, like I told you this from the jump, from our table read on Zoom, that like Clay is a striking character. He is a character that like grabs you by your heart so unexpectedly, because when you read it, you think like, oh, how's this going to come off the page? And man, it's just, people are going to love what you did with that.
I hope so. Thank you.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. And David, David I relate to David in so many ways. I have been offered other opportunities outside the entertainment business that have been far more lucrative than trying to make it as an artist. And I couldn't do it. I've never done it. And I've been in LA and working as an actor for 17 years. So his pursuit of happiness is the thing for me. It's what I chase every day. It's what I think about when I wake up, to just be grateful and find some happiness in this moment. And he's constantly going for that, and kind of pushes Alex into that a little bit, and maybe even helps Clay a little bit finding his happiness with stuff. So I think it's just the pursuit of happiness, something we should all focus on every day on this, kind of this short life that we get. We should make it as happy as possible. So,
that's real for you.
Yeah,
you really do.
I try. I mean, it's something that, every day you get older, you think like, you start to ask yourself, what is the question? What do humans do? Why am I here? And no matter what that answer is, it should also include to be happy. Without causing harm, just find happiness every day. And I think David does that. David searches, puts himself out there, fails over and over and over and over again. But there's no faster way to success than to, fail your way to it, as this town will teach you.
That's true.
Okay, I am up. Let's see. David and Rachel both going through struggles trying to make it in artistic careers. Hence this town teaching us lessons.
Yeah.
How do they inspire each other and Clay to pursue their passions? David's kind of got this, and it's kind of like reiterating a little bit what I just said, but if something makes you happy, you owe it to yourself to do that, to at least try it. And then maybe it doesn't make you happy, but if you have an inkling of a thought of, wow, I think that would make me full of joy, you owe it to yourself to try that. And that's another thing that, we deny ourselves so much happiness on accident. Put yourself out there, try the thing. You don't know the greatness that you're capable of, the love that's inside you. Humans are capable. They're full of all these wonderful things. And unless you put yourself out there and take a risk, you may never find it. So what do you guys think?
I think, my character is continually watching you guys throughout this film too. And, you've got Rachel who's sculpting and doing what she loves, and it has a lot of people around her that love her and care about her. And then Matt, your character's, like you said, pursuing his dreams of being a stand-up comedian. And, kind of reiterating what you said, is life's too short to be anything but happy. I mean, nobody gets out of this life alive, right? So why don't we just give it 110%, right? And I think that is Clay, I think, absorbs that throughout this film, all obviously while trying to make Rachel happy. And it truly inspires him to do what he loves, which is becoming a chef and cooking and just being around food and doing all of those things that, Rachel said, hey, choose your passion, do what you love, do this, do that, be happy. be happy. And I think that's what ultimately this film sends that message is, like you said, Matt, life's too short. I mean, it's be happy and surround yourself with the things that make you happy. So what do you think?
It's not just a love story. It's a choose yourself.
Yeah.
And choose your own happiness, which I really loved about this film. And I think you're right, Aaron. Sometimes it just takes that one person to point out to you, like, hey, you're a really good cook. Maybe you should go to culinary school. And it's something that you would never thought of. And then sometimes for David's character, sometimes it just takes that one person to call you out on your fear, that what's stopping you and what's holding you back in your life and your passion. And I think that kind of criticism is hard to hear from somebody who doesn't walk the walk, but here Rachel sees David as absolutely walking the walk, and it inspires her to do the same and to go after what she really wants and to put herself out there and to not be stopped by fear and past failures. So in that way, the three characters really support their passions, their chef, sculptor, and comedian. It's not just who will they or won't they. It's
right.
They all will for themselves in their own ways.
Yeah.
Okay, you ready for number 6?
Let's do it.
Okay, I'll take it away. There are so many funny moments from Rachel getting advice from Doris, Clay making a mess in the kitchen, I did that quite a bit, to David's stand-up routines. Can we each share a fun behind-the-scenes story? There are a lot of them, so I'll try to keep it brief. So I thought one that was really funny actually was when Matt and we were shooting the scene in our apartment, and we're eating sushi. After sushi, I mean, I'm sitting there and I have to basically continue to take these bites and offer it to him and tell him how good it is. Well, they would bring up these sushi rolls and I would put the whole thing in my mouth because I couldn't have half of it, because then it was like crumbling and it was getting everywhere. So after 3 takes, I mean, my mouth was just like, you could just hear it. I mean, my dialogue was just as loud as me, that whole thing. So finally, when they went to replace it, I said, hey, is there any way we can maybe cut these in half? Just make them smaller bites and we'll still, because remember, didn't the take start on me grabbing it? And then, so you really couldn't do it until we had that take, make them smaller. So finally, when we got it, I think halfway through that scene, it was just so organic and natural because I'm trying not to laugh. I'm offering these sauces. I don't know if they use that for the movie or anything, but just that scene was so real, for me, and it was so much fun to play. But again, that was one that I thought was, it was a funny behind the scenes story. But what about you guys? What do you got?
I will let me just chime in on that. That sushi, there was a moment within that scene where I was talking and trying to enjoy the bites, and I don't know what they use in the cut, obviously, but Aaron's giving me so much sushi that on the inhale and the exhale, I actually inhaled rice and then exhaled rice and choked and couldn't talk.
Hey, look, if I'm going down in the scene, I'm taking you with me. That's how it's going to go. Keep offering.
Jeff, the director's yelling off camera for us to do all these silly things like dip it in the sauce. And it's like these two boys that are almost like wide-eyed deer in headlights. I was mad at him. And then we're we're bonding over the sushi. And it's so ridiculous. But here's the thing I want to get to. I want to get to this. The thing that strikes me as a funny behind the scenes moment, and because we have so many of them, and Alex, I know this is a perfect segue to you because
you guys know where I'm going.
No, I know. Listen, Jeff would be off camera, and anytime something funny happens, this guy breaks out into this infectious laugh, which caused Alex to then break into this infectious laugh. And
that's my weakness. He was bullying it. Jeff Beasley, our director.
If you are making a movie where everybody's laughing, you're making a good movie and everybody's having a good time. So the overall picture of this thing is we broke so many takes. One take per scene was at least broken because of laughter. Yeah. But that's what this experience should be like. Okay. Hence, find your happiness. And now my segue into Alex. Alex.
Well, maybe I will say this: Jeff Beasley is a comedic genius. And he keeps the funny. It's not just on camera; it's off camera. We're having a great time, and yeah, he was, trying to get us to laugh on camera and ruin our own beautiful takes all the time.
Yeah.
Which is very frustrating because I consider myself a professional, but like that is my weakness. If something is funny, I can't hold it. So yeah, Jeff definitely exploited that a few times. I think even a couple of the breaks made it into the film, is what he tells me. Not sure about that, cannot confirm, but it
can't wait to see it.
Like
I know
one of them might be in there somewhere. Okay, number 7. Right, that's me, guys. 7. Clay and David planned thoughtful gestures to try and win Rachel's heart. If we each had to plan a date night with our special someone, what would the perfect date be? I like activities. I'm not like a fancy dinner girl. I want to go rock climbing or axe throwing. I want to go ice skating. Take me somewhere to do something where we can get silly and yeah. What do you guys think?
I'm not far from that rock climbing and being silly. I think like always like the perfect night for me and my wife is like a camping in the desert.
Yeah.
Like s'mores, tents, basic, not luxury camping. Like just in a tent with a fire, you're cooking over the fire, even if it's burgers, and you're eating wine and making s'mores and having snuggles and just surviving together with nothing but what you need, and that's really each other.
Yeah.
I love it. Well, a lot like your. I mean, it sounds like we all like to actually like do something, an activity. Because I fly, I really enjoy flying out to Catalina. So I think my perfect date night would be flying to Catalina for dinner and then doing like a little nighttime coastal cruise, just right here, like in the harbor.
He's married, ladies. He's married.
I know. I'm like, can you do that once with your wife, and then can you take me on that date?
Anytime.
Yeah, exactly.
I'll call you guys up.
Double, yeah. Triple.
Group date.
I'm here for it.
Let's do it. Yeah. All good date ideas, you guys.
Great date ideas. And we should all do those.
All like triple friend date.
Yes.
Let's
make it a movie and call it Triple Friend Date. All rights reserved to AT.
Yeah.
No stealing ideas from this amazing idea.
Right there.
All right. Throughout the movie, all of our characters face pressure from our family wanting the best for them. I'm sure many people can relate to that. What advice would you give our characters on staying true to their dreams? And I kind of said this earlier personally, but I say it's your life. It is your life. You get kind of one shot at it. It's a minute, short time, even though it seems like you may get 100 years or 70 years or whatever you get on this planet, but it is your life and it is meant to be lived. So live happiness, live love, live non-harming people, and experience things. That's it. I mean, that's it. Go camping with somebody, go on a plane ride to Catalina. Like that's what life is meant to be. I think that's the best piece of advice I have for anybody about anything is just live it. Live a life of experience, and just get out there and do it.
Couldn't have said it better myself. I mean, life's short. Fill up with things that make you happy. I mean, that's Alex.
Yeah, no, I mean, I feel like you two really exemplify that. You guys both live your life to the fullest, and you live love, and you guys are just two really great guys, and it's just been a real pleasure to hear you both talk about, I don't know, your own lives via this movie. So anyway, I just want to say that I would tell Rachel to just keep showing up for little Rachel. There was a young actress that played little Rachel in this movie, and she was so sweet. And it was such a pleasure to get to meet her, even though we didn't have a scene together. But it really, getting to work with young actors is inspiring and exciting and fun. But it also just drove home one of the themes of the movie that Rachel, I don't know if I can say this. There's a final sculpture that's really inspired by her younger self. Say that. And I just think that's really good advice, that when the path forward isn't clear, when your inspiration is all dried up and you just don't know where to go next, let your little Rachel lead the way. Let your inner child lead the way, and follow that. Just follow that voice.
I love that.
Beautiful. That was like poetry right there.
Oh,
I mean,
like, I really like you people still.
I know, it's weird. Yeah.
We had so much fun on this movie. I thought, like, were we all just acting that nice to each other? Do we really like each other? But no, it's evident.
Look, if you're still friends,
like, mean anything to you, buddy?
If you're still friends working in minus 37 degrees,
it's true.
You know, if you can't break that, you're not going to break it. That's for sure.
Between negative 30 degrees and spit buckets, it's friends for life, guys.
That's right.
We are in deep. We are basically blood at this point.
You guys ready for the next one?
Yes.
Okay, here we go. There's a bit of magic at play and made for each other. If we could sculpt our perfect mate, what's the one quality we'd want to ensure they had?
They have to smell good.
Good hygiene, gotta smell good. Okay.
I was torn between two, and I wrote on this paper to take these notes because I didn't know which one to put down, and I put honesty and empathy.
Yeah.
Also, smell good is super important.
Yeah. Right.
So I would go with honesty, empathy, smell good, and then not afraid to try new things. Somebody who loves to travel and see the world.
There you go.
Perfect. That's like the perfect human right there. It does exist. You did it, team.
Oh my goodness. I'm excited to see this film, you guys. I want to see what we did with this thing. I want to see what takes they use. I want to see those moments we had. Oh, it looks like.
No. February 25th.
Yeah. Should we wrap this thing up with some rapid fire?
Yeah,
let's
do it.
Let's pick an order. How about this? So we can just go bing, bing, bing. Like you want to read it, Alex, and then Aaron, you answer, I answer, then Alex, or
let's do it.
That work?
Yeah. She reads it, I answer, you answer, Alex. Is that how you want to do it?
Yeah, let's try it.
Perfect. Okay. Chocolates or flowers?
Chocolates.
Chocolate flowers. Rugula or donuts?
It has to be donuts. I've had enough rugula to last.
You'll never eat rugula again.
No.
Listen, it's definitely rugula because my grandfather would be upset if I said anything else. But I got a serious donut addiction that we should talk about sometimes. It's a whole nother conversation.
We'll talk about that, Matt. I'm going to go with rugula.
Okay.
Make homemade dinner. This one isn't even okay. Make homemade dinner or buy a New York hot dog from a cart.
Well, homemade dinner, I think, would blow that out of the water, right? But that's me. Yeah.
No, take me to the street food, please. Take me to the street food.
You would say that. I'm gonna go for sure with homemade dinner. As the new
we'll leave Matt at home. We'll leave Matt at home with the stomach ache.
Right. That's right. Me and a bottle of antacid is all I need.
Right.
Well, no thanks, buddy. An art sculpting class or cooking class?
Cooking class.
Sculpting class.
Yeah. It was a lot of fun working on the sculpting in this film. It was very inspiring. Yeah. Okay. Swipe right on an app or get set up on a date?
I would have to say get set up on a date because my wife and I got set up on a date. And
really?
Here we are with the 6-month-old. How about that?
Yeah.
Wow.
6 months.
I love that. And I can't believe 6 months already because we were 2 months, just over 2 months, right?
I know. He's growing like a weed. It's crazy.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. I'm a swipe right person because I'm scared of dates.
I guess I'm a setup girl, but not enthusiastically. Okay, walk through a lively city or curl up on the couch reading a book?
Lively city for me.
Yeah, put me out there with the people. Let's get weird.
I'm a lively city girl, but like get me home by 8 p.m. and I'm on the couch with a book.
You got a lot of boths going on here.
You know what? You can't. Yeah, that's the beauty of life. You don't really have to choose. All right, visit an art gallery or go to a comedy club. How can you choose?
I would say art gallery unless Matt's got a show that night.
Well, I like to be offended, so I'm going comedy club. I like to hear people cross the line.
I'm gonna go both. I can't choose. I'm
Look
sorry.
at
I'm not
you.
that girl.
Look at you. You are a New Yorker. You love both.
It's all right here. I take advantage.
You know, at least you were able to choose and made for each other. So, I mean, that's the.
Ooh, but how did we choose? Tune in Saturday, February 25th at 8/7 Central.
And if you didn't hear her, she said
Did I do it?
February 25th.
Oh yeah,
Central.
And make sure you tweet along. Hashtag made for each other.
There we go. Go team.
Guys, this is the best. I don't want this to be over. Can we make more movies together, please? Come on, Hallmark. Let's run it back.
Well, thank you guys for coming. This has been a lot of fun. We can't wait for you guys to see our movie. We hope you love it as much as we loved making it.
Yes. Yeah. Tweet along with us, February 25th.
Yeah, we'll all be there live, and I'll be making really strange comments because that's just what I do. Bye, everybody.